Welcome to the Catholic Peekskill Show. I'm Regina Dimayacyac. I'm filling in for Father Esteban Sanchez as tonight's host. We're filming this episode in the summer of 2018, and we're very blessed to have with us Father Sonny Furtado from Goa, India. Good evening, Father, and
Good
welcome
evening.
to the show. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yeah, I'm happy to share about me. I belong to a society of missionaries of St. Francis Xavier, which is commonly understood as Pilar Fathers, Society of Pilar.
Okay.
As it's founded by Banto Martins in 1885, the charism of this society is a pioneering missionary work. It is taken in all parts of India as well as outside India.
I see. Well, Father, share with us a little bit about your childhood in Goa, because we have a lot of audience that are from Goa.
Yeah, I was born in a beautiful place called Goa in India. I'm the eldest in the family. I have another brother, a younger one. We're only two of us. And he's settled in life today. I have a mother who is 73, a lady who will always been an inspiration and motivation in my priestly ministry, especially in the task of missionary life. I have my dad who is always very supportive and gives me courage. He's the man who sowed the seed of my priestly life.
Wonderful, wonderful. And speaking of your priestly life, can you tell us a little bit about how you got your calling?
Yeah, definitely. It's a very unique thing what I always remember. I was a small lad, a boy, when I was the age of 14. And my parents were always had this idea within them that they should give me the good education and discipline. And one of the friend has just whispered to my dad, why don't you put him in the seminary where he can get a good education? That's how the idea rolled in. And I was asked by my parents, you would like to get in the seminary? And this things was told to me. I was, stunned like a boy, said, no, priest, no. But, when I went and joined, really, we have a 8th standard when I joined, 8th, 9th, 10th. And after 3 years, we would normally have another thing is we would wind it up these 3 years with a retreat. And this is a time normally all the seminarians would make a decision for their life. Some would move out, some would continue. And that's what happened. In that retreat, there were many missionaries who would come and, inspire us with these missionary talks.
Okay.
And I remember one priest who was working in Nicobar, Andamans and Nicobar Island, who was giving us this talk. In his talk, missionary talk, he reminded us the very words of Saint Loyola to Saint Francis. And he said to us, what does it profit a man if you gain the whole world and loses your own soul? These words he told us that these words provoked him, motivated him to work in the missions. This was the thing, this was the inspiration for me to take a firm decision to embrace this missionary life. From this, I was very firm to be a missionary, to help people in the missions, to help people who are poor, down, to proclaim Jesus to these people. And that's how when I became a priest, I was sent to the mission place where I committed myself more in this missionary work.
I see. Can you share with us a little bit of what kind of missions that you've done?
Yeah, initially when my superiors has designated me in the missions of North India, that is the missions of Haryana and Punjab, I was appointed in Haryana, a mission place 60 kilometers away from the city, where I would learn initially their language, their culture, staying with one family. I would eat whatever the family eats and would learn about the cultural aspects of that village and of that place. I would visit house to house and I've learned how the living standard of the people. As I got an opportunities to live in many other places after that, missionary life is totally different in a mission place. The priest normally lives in the evening at around 4:30, and then he goes to the villages where he encounters the people who, after the hard toil, they come home, he sits with them, listen to them, and he prays with them. And after this, the people feel happy, the joy, the man of God in this house, and when the missionary goes back to their own place, he feels happy about it. This is how we take up the missionary ventures. Beside this, we have a lot of other activities where we, cope up with this missionary work. That is, we have hostels, what we call them, Balnikitans.
Okay.
And we bring the children from the village, we educate them, we teach them values, we help them to, be a good Catholics. That's
Wow,
what. We also run social works because the missionary place, we don't have many Catholics. There are people of different religion. And we help these people, to imbibe the values. And that's why we run social activities like swing machine, computer centers, coaching centers. And that's why, we reach out to these people. That's how. Beside this, we also have educational schools where we instill values, Christ values in the minds of young people. That's why we are recognized as missionaries, and the Christianity is known to these people.
Right.
This is what the work we normally take up in the missionary world.
Sounds like a lot of work, Father, and very inspiring.
Very
so hopefully many of our viewers will find inspiration to that, and maybe they'll get their calling as well.
Yep.
Now, you've been here in Peekskill for a few months. Can you share with us any missions that you've done around here?
In fact, it is a short duration to take up a real missions.
Okay.
But I would say I attempted and I did contribute to this Peekskill very much. First of all, after the Mass, we have a nice tradition. We meet people around. And that's the time, one of the things I would share with people what I do in the missions. Another ground, what I put is in my reflections. When I reflect in the homilies that I go, I would share something about the missions that I do. And the third place, what normally when we sit in the confessional, that is a time, I could guide the spiritual depth in people. And I would be very happy, there are good people here having good faith, they would be guided. And beside this, I recently had got an opportunity a few days back. The lady Erika, who collects all the street people, who has no work, who contributes them, and she guides them. I met her. And she asked me, Father, can you motivate these people? I had 1.5 hours just being with these people, motivating them, to give them the direction of missions, how to live the Christ-lived life, in spite of a broken life, how to really accept life, the gift of life. And it's wonderful. With little thing, what I have done, I think I've contributed immensely to these people around here.
Right. That's wonderful, Father. Now, is there anything that you wish you have done, or I know you only have a few days here left. Is there anything else that left for you to do?
In fact, to be very frank, I would love to do a lot of things, but the time doesn't permit me to be, because I have scheduled to move from this place. But, I would say people of Peekskill and Assumption Church are beautiful. They have very depth of faith. They contribute immensely to this parish, and they also give a motivational force to the pastor to take up this faith ahead. I wish them all the best, especially the pastors, Father Esteban and his associate pastor, Father Carlos, who's taking up a wonderful work in his parish. I'm very happy to find their work doing very good, wonderful here, and I would be very happy if I could continue some more time to work with this parish.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. We'd love to continue having you here.
Yep.
Now, what's next for you after Peekskill?
Yeah, after this, I go back to my mission. This is a place where I, get refreshed, and I go back to my mission. I have a lot of things coming up because I have a lot of agendas after going to my mission place. And especially the things I've learned here, I think would be a right means to use in my missions. I've been very much influenced by the depth of the faith that people have here. And I think this is a wonderful experience I had with people of Peekskill, which is very enriching and always, more free with a priest to share their life at large. And in missions, the priest normally goes to the people. Here, what I found is people walk with the priest. That is something interesting, what is for me. So I wish the whole Peekskill parish a very best to take up this missionary work along with the pastor, take the faith ahead.
Well, we hope that a lot of people that are watching are from our parish that will take your word for that. Now, what have you been doing outside of the mission? You sounded like very busy doing a lot of missionary work. So did you get a chance to check out Peekskill, walk down by the river?
Yeah, I've seen this wonderful places of New York City and some other close, cities around. It has been very different culturally, and the Senatic and the ambience here is very cool. I would enjoy being this place. As it's all high tech, I would say, compared to India. It's very high tech. I enjoy moving around the city, especially the structure that you see and all see. And one thing I appreciate, the beauty, wonderful devotional experience in St. Patrick Cathedral. It's wonderful to be there, and especially the lay people contributing immensely, for that, and the devotion that is taken up in that. Especially the setup of the altar is wonderful. I would appreciate that. And I think this ambience really helps those people to grow in the faith. That's what I say most.
So outside of St. Patrick's Cathedral, did you get to see any sights? Did you go to the Empire State Building?
Yeah, I've been there, everything. I have been to the Liberty statue.
Oh, Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I've been to that new Twin Tower. That's been a wonderful experience. Yeah, especially the soldiers' experience, all those names that the people who have died there. It's been a very emotional thing, what I have experienced there. Yeah, those are the things, some of the things I've been taken up my thing, and some of the beautiful, I have got Cotton Fall, some of the places here I've seen. Yeah, and I appreciate the greenery here. That's one of the thing, and the government is maintaining this greenery, tremendous eco-friendly place where people can, experience the atmosphere here.
I see. How about the food? Did you get to try any?
Oh, it's like all, you come here and you find totally lost, I would say. Indian have got a spicy food. And when you come here, it's all baked. Sometimes, you have Italian, sometimes you have American, sometimes you have Spanish food. It's totally different with pasta and all. It's very rich food. I think that's why Buddhist people are putting a lot of weight. So that's all. I really enjoyed the food here, but a little rich food, which is not very spicy, but still very good.
What would you miss when you go back, as far as food?
Yep, the very cool place. And especially the Peekskill, compared to the cities, what I see, Peekskill is a cool place where, the serenity of mind, it could be, and good people, warm people. And one thing I appreciate is the people after the Mass or whenever they meet you, they are very warm to you. They are very cautious of your life. I mean, your health as well. They inquire about your health every time, and they inquire about yourself. How do you feel about it? They're very warm people. I appreciate that very much. And it's been here.
Did you get to connect with any of our Goan parishioners?
Yeah, very much. We have a good number of Goans community here. And they were very warm to invite me for dinners. And that was an opportunity where I could sit with them and the family, share with them. And they were very all over happy because the Goan priest gave them a taste of Goan, the Goan. And I've been with them celebrating on Konkani Mass. They were very happy to have the Konkani Mass here in Peekskill. And I'm going to, before I wind up, I'm going to celebrate another one with them. That creates them a homely atmosphere within them. And I think that is massively what I could contribute to people of Goa here.
Anything that would remind you of Peekskill, something that wherever you go with your missions, that you'll always remember us here in Peekskill?
Yeah, something to think. I would say people are warm heart people. In missions, people normally don't have that thing to inquire about you, your health and all. They are not that too, because people always sometimes rely on your support in missions. They want help from you more. But here I say people take care of a pastor. That's what I said. People here walk with the pastor. In missions, people expect you to come to them. That's a strategy, what you follow, what you see, this thing. So the warmth of the people and then the good gesture of the people, I will really miss them. I would say.
You mentioned your parents. Your mother is 73, your father
84.
84. Now, how do you connect with them while you're in missions?
You know, one of the things what motivates me is my parents. You know, I have a brother is not with them right now, but you know they are in old age and they sometimes have problems within them of the health problem, health issues, and all other issues. But what I like those people is they always tell me, see, they share with me their life, but they say your call is different. We don't need you. So that's an
Okay.
I appreciate their concerns for me as a missionary. You know, they have been walking with me to give me that encouragement and that support as a missionary. So they ask me only to pray for them. That's what I do for them.
Okay.
I always encourage them, pray for them, and that's what I can give the best to my parents.
How about your relationship with your siblings? How is
Yeah,
that?
my brother is the only brother I have. I keep in touch with him in and out. That's what is the only concern of me. He's settled in life, he's doing well. So that's only any encouragement, any advice which I would help to give him. I would be very happy, and I do that when time
Okay.
comes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that would bring you back to Peekskill or maybe in the States in the near future?
I don't know, but you know, we have a nice way of looking at things as religious people. I'm not diocesan, I'm a religious people. Listen, we are not allowed to move out every year, you know.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, but of course, I would love to be here. I would love to be here to meet this warm people here. I love to be with them. Maybe some years, after some years,
Okay.
that would be best.
All right. Is there anything that you want to share with our audience this evening to maybe know about your missions and how to help, if any?
Yeah, I would say one thing. You know, my experience of missions and mission. When a priest goes to the people in the villages and in a small houses where the faith is just uprooting. You know, we don't have people who are with deep faith or Catholics. Some of the people are just catechumens. You know, you're just preparing them, and after that, you know, they are very good with the parish priest. They give support them. That's what. At these places here, I think we need to support the pastor. You know, pastor is the man who has a vision of the church, and the faith is instilled here in the church. We need to cooperate with him with all the activities that is taking up. I would say we have a beautiful past administrator here, Father Stebum, was the right person who is gearing up the parish in a very innovative way. He has been immensely doing constructions, immensely decorating the whole place. I would appreciate him. Yeah, I think we all should put our hands, you know, to encourage him, to motivate him, and rather, I think when we walk together with hand in hand, I think the faith becomes more strong.
So, Father, can you please expound more about your missions and hopes to inspire our youth and our other people here in the parish?
Yeah, of course. We have a new system taken up in missionary ventures. What we're doing, we have started something new. It's called commission work. Commission work. Okay. Now, I myself have been venturing this kind of commission. Now, what are these commissions? Are simple, like we have a youth commissions. We have got women, we call it Mahila Sangh Commission, with the woman commission. We have got charismatic commissions. Then we have got family commissions. So this kind of commissions we have got in the parishes. So this only motivates the lay people to get in the church activities. You know, usually in the missionary work, when we started, and our pioneering missionaries started, that the work was merely the missionary priest with a catechist would go in the villages, and then he would evangelize the village people, and he would go house to house, praying with them, catechism, giving them catechism. That's what things were happening. But now, with the missionary new ways of going about, we have erected this kind of commissions, where the lay people getting involved in the missionary work. And that's how we have got a set of committees. We have got a set of leaders in that commissions, each leaders. And then we have meeting with the pastor. They have a meeting, and then they decide the activities. And that's how we have whole year, every month we have got each commission giving out their own activities. We celebrate their day, like just recently we celebrated Saint Monica, who is the patron in our diocese, the patron of Mailasang, that is Women's Commission. So the Women's Commission will celebrate that. Now coming September 8th is got a Marian devotion, but we celebrate as a girl child day. That is celebrated as a Girl Child Day. That also marks the Women Commission. So each commission takes up their activities. So in a way, the lay people are getting more involved in this missionary task. So in South, if you focus yourself in South of India, that is Goa, Kerala, Bangalore, Chennai, these places are normally Catholic places. Well, faith is developed. These people are more merged in the church activities. But whereas in the missions of North, we see the people are just getting in the faith. The faith is not that strong. And it's usually the priest and the catechist would strengthen their faith. But now, lately, the missionary ventures have changed. They are involving the people, lay people, to get more in the church activities and to run this commission work. So in a way, they are very active participants of the church. This is one of the new methodology which we are taking up in our missionary work. So where people, are fully involved with the activities. And moreover, I would just go ahead little. Now, we have a called deaneries. Deaneries, it's called 6-7 parishes clubbed together. In here, you might understand it's called vicariate, where few parishes are grouped together. And about that, there's another priest appointed. We call it as a dean. There. So I hold that as a dean, I'm appointed as a dean of 6 parishes. And what do I do is, the same strategies which are followed at a parish level, I take those same strategies I'm following at that deanery level. We have also commissions of youth, women, charismatic, family at the 6-7 parishes at that level. So what we do is, sometimes we collect, like for example, I'm going to have upcoming month, I'm going to have in India, the same thing, it's a convention, a big convention. It's so 6-7 parishes people come together for common activities. Now that is what the dean is supposed to do, look after these 7 parishes to have a common activities. And that's the commission at this level is taking up this kind of common activities. Moreover, each parish has its own commissions, and moreover, each parish contributes to the coming together of these 6-7 parishes. That is something what's happening in a few years now within the missions. In the mission, that when immensely growing up with this concept, the whole understanding is, today we want to develop these missionary places, getting lay people involved in the church. And when these lay people become more fully alive, the faith grows more. India, and especially the place where we work in North, it's not so easy because we have a lot of other religious people, especially people of other faith like Hindus, and they have been dominating for so long. And sometimes it has been always a danger for our Catholics people, to leave our faith there. Right. It is not so easy to live in spite of all these things. There are a lot of sometimes haphazard things like, these people are a little different to our faith. Most of the time, we also have a danger in this kind of in the missionary ventures when we take up.
Well, Father, you've been very inspiring, and I know that a lot of parishioners have looked up to you and have enjoyed your homilies, and so we're very, very grateful for you. Now, do you have some last words that you'd want to impart to all our viewers?
Yeah, of course. I appreciate the work taken up by the pastor and the parishioners. I see there are a lot of commissions, youth commissions and the finance commissions, and different people maybe putting their hats together to work for one cause, as to bring this faith, take this faith ahead. I appreciate Father Esteban Sanchez, who's the administrator, who's taken up a lot of innovative ideas, and still the plan is going on for this Adoration Chapel. It's really superb. I appreciate this man who's giving us the orientation. We need to look at things, and the faith that is imbibing in the minds of people. Also, I appreciate our young associate pastor, that is Father Carlos, who's been very energetic, a very exuberant man who brings life with the people. If all of us can put our hands together, we have a different language people here, different state. We have Spanish, we have Italian, we have Americans, Goans, would be Indians. So many people put their hands together, to work with a pastor, and I think that's the growth of the faith what we can reach ahead. And that's what the church wants. Many different hands put together and make it one, and it happens.
Well, thank you so much, Father. That's very inspiring, and you sound like you're a very busy man, so we'll be praying for you and hope that your mission continues. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. We hope you enjoyed tonight's episode, and you can find us in YouTube and in Facebook. Just search for Catholic Peekskill. Thank you, and God bless.
Oh,